Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, and the world. I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Life program, people. This is where it all happens. We are talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey. It is my pleasure to be with you for another day, people. So many things to tell you about, things that you have not heard about before, or probably you'll be learning about a new perspective on something you heard before. Folks, this is Mikey Life, a program that we have here on Facebook, on YouTube, on the PlayGo app on your digital phones, and as well cable TV. Now, folks, we want to welcome those of you who are tuned in right now on WPG10, that is channels 10 and 11. We wish that we could have a direct line of communication with you. Probably when you wish, you can send me a text message or WhatsApp message. Yeah, you can communicate with us just as the folks on Facebook and YouTube is communicating with us. All right, send a message to 414-9995. Now let's take a look at what's making the headlines for tonight. St. John's Christian Secondary School doing well. We're going to tell you about that. Real life heroes lauded in Grenada. And time for change, says the Commissioner of Police. We'll tell you what he meant when he was saying that. Teen steals car, mirrors to repay owner of stolen pair. We'll explain that to you. That happened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Media Association president arrested in St. Lucia. We're going to talk about that. Criminals strike in St. Lucia as well. And Nancy Pelosi launches formal Trump impeachment inquiry. We have that and more to tell you about. A lot of things that's happening here in Grenada. We're going to be telling you about that and what happened in St. Lucia. The whole issue about the president of the Media Workers Association, Miguel Favory. We're going to talk about that. All right, so all you brace all yourself. We want to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of WPG10. Now, when we return, it will be real news in all your Lili Lolo. Stay tuned, and for those of you who have not yet done so, we encourage you to share the business. It's simple. Hit share on your Facebook page, share it with real people, share it on your wall, share it on your timeline, share it in your private messages with your friends and colleagues. We're coming back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
They're coming from near and far to blaze the gospel in song. Saturday, October 26th, Grenada National Stadium. Get ready to break every chain. Featuring for the first time in Grenada, Grammy Award-winning gospel artist, Tasha Cobbs. Live from Jamaica, the sensational Jermaine Edwards. And many more. Tickets on sale now at gotofet.com. Stay tuned to this station for more info.
Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
I'm breaking up with you.
Look way.
It's over.
The first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show featuring live from Nigeria comedy sensation Emanuela Success and the Mark Angel comedy crew.
I've sent the date. See you when I come.
Set the day. Mark the day. Saturday, December 14th. Grenada National Stadium. Get your early bird ticket. Kids under 16, $30. Adults, $50. Kids under 16. VIP tickets, $80. Adults, $150. Get your tickets online at GoToFet, TicketPal, and your regular ticket outlets. Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
It's my money.
It's my money.
It's my money, and I need it now.
Grenada, come get your money.
Oh, and did I mention
2 cars?
Get
Get ready for the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo, where you can win 2 sleek Suzuki Swift sports cars plus $40,000 in cash. Wow. It's an event you don't want to miss. Sunday, October 6th at the National Stadium from 5 p.m. Get your tickets for only $60 for one or $100 for two. Just imagine, on Sunday, October 6th, you can walk to the venue and drive away in a Suzuki Swift sports car plus $40,000 in cash at the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Sponsored by Carrot, Glenelg, Mikey Live, GoToVet.com, and Waggy T Rentals and Sound Company.
That's my car.
And so is everyone else's. Now, folks, we are back with you, and the first thing that we have to tell you about is the good. The St. John's Christian Secondary School, they are praising themselves as they have secured an overall pass rate of 76.39% in the 2019 CSEC examinations. Now, this was above the national pass rate of 74.54%. 12 subjects got 100% passes according to the school. English language recorded a 73.69% pass rate. Additionally, 4 Form 4 students passed all their subjects 100%. Shape a dog! You see, and the schools need to blow their trumpets like that. You don't hear people talking about, oh, the school far and thing like that, you know? Or you don't only hear about them big school like them small school are raining. You know what I mean? But as a country school here, what I'm saying, Form 4 students, you know, pass all their subjects 100%. Among them was a Kira Griffith. Big up Kira! Family! She got all A's in profile in 2 subjects that she sat, which includes English language. Also, second year subjects or students received a pass rate of 91%. What? I'm talking about Shaper. Yes, St. John's Christian Secondary School, Shaper. I'll give them a clap now, man. You don't hear about them school and them. You don't hear about them school and them. So we're telling all you. We're moving on. Football clubs, according to my colleagues at UFM in Grenada, they are reportedly preparing for the 10th edition of the lucrative Waggy T Super Knockout Football Tournament. The organizers have begun putting things in place for the championship this year. Now, the launch of the tournament is to take place on October 2nd. We understand that information has already been sent out to media houses to be present at the launch here. We get one too. You understand? They say the competition will be off the shizzle manizzle. You understand? Them teams and them just really look forward to that. It's one of the most lucrative competitions on the calendar for them. Alright? So all y'all can start looking forward to that. You'll be hearing more about that. All you. The Grenfin Swim Invitational is set to get underway on Thursday, 26th. That is tomorrow at the Good Hope Swimming Pool in St. Paul's. The 4-day event is an important meet on the swim calendar, as it will once again serve as the OACS team trials. Now, we understand that over 100 swimmers from swim clubs across Grenada and Carriacou will compete to secure spots on the OACS swim team for 2019. And the Grenada Amateur Swimming Association and Grenfin are pleased, they say, to welcome back title sponsor Lucasade for the 5th consecutive year. All teams have been engaged in intense preparations and training as they vie to secure their individual spots on the national team representing Grenada at the OACS Championships. The OACS Swim Championships is scheduled for November 8th to the 10th, 2019 in St. Vincent, and Grenada expects to have a strengthened performance at this year's OACS Championships and is looking forward taking home the title for another consecutive year. Now, the Grenfin Invitational Swim Meet will commence at the following times over the 4-day period, right? So on Thursday, 5:30 p.m., warm-ups is going to be at 4:30 p.m. Friday, 5:30 p.m., warm-up is going to be at 4:30 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m., official opening ceremony. Then we have Saturday, 10 a.m., the warm-up is going to be at 8 a.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m., but the warm-up for that is going to be at 7 a.m. Now, the 2019 Grenfell Swim Club Swim Invitational is expected to be a keenly contested event. All right, so all you be part of it now. Sailfish Swim Club, the defending champion, has its eyes set on retaining their title. Meanwhile, Grenfell Swim Club also has high hopes of becoming the reigning title. All right, of regaining, their championship title. So let's see what's going to happen. All right, now the next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, this one very interesting too. The Grenada Athletic Association is pleased, they say, to announce the Grenada national team for the 17th edition of the IAAF World Athletics Championship, scheduled to be held between the 27th of September and the 6th of October 2019 in Doha, Qatar, at the renovated multipurpose Khalifa International Stadium. Now here's what the athletes for Team Grenada are. Check this out. Lyndon Victor for the decathlon. Kirani James is going to do the 400 meters, so Kirani is going to be there soon, all right? Also, Braylon Taplin, 400 meters, and Anderson Peters for the javelin. So all y'all have to stay tuned, so we'll tell all you the days and the times that they'll be in action. Good. Today was a big day, boy. 11 recipients were honored for their heroic acts at a ceremony held on Wednesday, 25th September 2019 at the police headquarters conference room. You understand? Described as a testament to selflessness, courage, and sacrifice, Jeffrey Irvin, Adriel Pursue, Noel Bethel, Akim Philip, Teron Hazel, Jake Edmond, Frederick Brathwaite, Police Constable Joel Harford, and Harris Collier, Matthew Phillips, and Kifon Wickham were presented with certificates of appreciation and a Royal Grenada Police Force plaque. Now, they were also presented with tokens of appreciation by Digicel Grenada and Sol Grenada EC Limited. 3 of the divers and 1 police officer were also further recognized by an anonymous citizen. Speaking at the ceremony, Acting Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin commended the honoraries for their prompt and collaborative acts of bravery that saved many lives, referencing the Latin word claria on the RGPS plaque, which means that bringing light to darkness. Acting Cop Martin, in elaborating on the selflessness of the honoraries, also told them that their actions have prevented a cloud of darkness from looming over our nation. Now, Acting Commissioner Martin also cited a simple message from Prime Minister Dr. Kip Mitchell, which read, quote, "Your actions were nothing short of heroic and deserving of the highest commendation," unquote. Now, the nation sincerely appreciates the selflessness you demonstrated in preserving the lives of many. The honoraries were recognized for their extraordinary rescue of the passengers of the minibus that plunged into the waters on the Carenage St. George's on Friday, 20th September 2019. The Commissioner of Police was very elaborate when he spoke this morning and used some choice words positively to thank the men who did us that favor of saving so many lives.
It is indeed an honor for me to be afforded the opportunity to say thank you for your heroic action, which resulted in saving the lives of many individuals following the bus incident on the morning of Friday 20th September 2019. Any sudden loss of life can be a heartbreaking incident, and had it not been for your bravery, courageous and selfless action, this nation would have plunged into far deeper mourning. Given the desperate race against the clock, it is quite commendable that your prompt and collaborative act of bravery saved many lives. I assure you that the individuals rescued, their families, friends, and this entire nation will be forever grateful for your actions that you took on that sad and unfortunate morning. Rescuing several persons from a trapped bus underwater is no easy feat. Faced with what would have appeared to be a hopeless situation, extreme panic and anxiety would have been the prevailing emotions among the trapped individuals. This no doubt would have exacerbated the rescue effort and attempts. Rescuing individuals under those circumstances is nothing short of a miraculous accomplishment, directly attributed to your quick, decisive, and selfless action. Hence today, we, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, embrace you as our real-life heroes. We are proud of all of you. Your individual and collective actions saved the nation from a tragedy of much greater magnitude. Sadly, one life was lost, and I want to take the opportunity here to extend condolences to the family of the deceased. I pray they will be comforted by the grace of God in this time of extreme grief. Another individual remains hospitalized, and on this occasion, I publicly send my best wishes with the hope for speedy and a full recovery.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah, somebody said, yeah, man, they got some monetary donation too. It was an undisclosed amount. By the way, the commissioner also spoke about the licensing authority and asked that they rethink the systems that are in place, and where appropriate, the legislators and so on should make the necessary changes to accommodate what we are seeing here now, which is a drastic increase in the amount of motor vehicles on our roads, which make the probability of accidents and so even greater.
The recent bus incident serves as a reminder that as a nation we must be more sensitive to the issue of safety when using the public road. Cognizant of the fact that the increase in the volume of vehicles means an increase in probability of accidents. It is a reminder too for the licensing authority to rethink the systems that are in place, and where appropriate, recommend legislative changes with a view of enhancing public safety on our nation's roads. In any democratic society, the primary role of the police is to protect life and property. More importantly, your selfless acts, as demonstrated on September 20th, illustrates that you are acutely aware of the need to be your brother's keeper. And no amount of praise and recognition would be too much to say thank you. And any token of appreciation would pale in comparison to the real depth of gratitude the nation owes you. However, today I want to present you with the RGPF plaque and a certificate of appreciation in recognition of your heroic acts of bravery and selflessness. This certificate is signed by myself and our Prime Minister and Minister of National Security. He would have loved to be here today to personally thank you, but he's currently out of state attending meetings at the United Nations headquarters in New York.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, so folks here, boy, I see them today in tongue and thing, you know, them boys walking heavy, boy. And I mean, that's what it's all about, yeah? Presenting those plaques and so on and recognizing them, of course, would encourage others to probably do the same, yeah, you know? Yeah, man. So that's good. Yeah, out of every evil comes some sort of good. we are moving on, folks. Here's this one. Now let me just jump ship a bit and take a look at something that's going on in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we monitor this on the Eyewitness News. 18 who stole a pair of car mirrors to replace another pair he had also stolen has until Friday to pay the court EC $400 or spend 2 months in jail. Let's take that again. 18 who stole a pair of car mirrors to replace another pair he had also stolen has until Friday to pay the court EC $400 or spend 2 months in jail. A 17-year-old. They say that while the 17-year-old youth and had previously a clean record worked in his favor, had a previously clean record which worked in his favor, the court was disturbed by the way in which he was going about his actions. You are exhibiting, they say, a tendency of disregard for other people's property. Yes? And so the court decided, nah, he's not going to just get a slap on the wrist. He's got to, come up or pay the price. So he thief, he end up in trouble. And he go on thief to get him out of trouble. But that thieving ended him up in more hot waters. You're telling me? Oh yeah, hear that? We are just getting news out of St. Lucia. There's another one, hold on. That our second favorite since Rihanna Isidore disappeared from the scene, our second favorite reporter who once was at HTS News Force and who have moved to the NBC, Miguel Fravery, has gotten himself in trouble. Not a reporter. Police have confirmed, according to the Star, that NBC senior political correspondent Miguel Fravery was arrested today for failure to abide by a court order. And in looking into what the court order was, I can't even read it on the program. You understand? I'm not going to read it on the program. Folks, you guys will remember that when we started this program, we brought stories primarily from Miguel Fravery and from Rihanna Isidore. Rihanna has gotten himself in trouble while court is still going on and man is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Okay. We know what he's been accused of doing. And now his colleague, or his former colleague, who is now the president of the Media Workers Association in St. Lucia, get himself in trouble. Hot water, dog. You're telling me? Well, man is presumed innocent until otherwise proven. So, what? How about read it? I don't like to want to melee. I ain't reading nothing. All I could tell you is, police have confirmed, according to the Star, that the senior political correspondent, Miguel Fravery, was arrested for failure to abide by a court order. You understand? I don't want to be the first one to break it because I look, all kind of news I'm looking at. I look at HTS, I look at NBC, I look at others, and I don't see no update on that matter. So me don't want to be quite here in Grenada and breaking them people's story for them. So letting people do their work. When the story break, I will read it after. Yeah, is that me? Anyway, yeah, he's a very good journalist. I have to give him credit. I aspire to be like him in the sense that he's on the beat. You understand? He's a really on the ball journalist. Similar to Rihanna. These guys were just like, I think they were really who brought HTS to that kind of prominence in the Caribbean. I mean, all credit to everybody else as staff members there, but they were like the forerunners. You understand? They have gone their separate ways, but they end up in trouble. Like, no style. Shirin, since when you... No, all look, Shirin want to tell me what my job is, you know. And Shirin calling me reporter, Shirin, you know, Hey. Shirin calling me reporter. I'm not a reporter, Shirin. Alright, get it right. Take your time with me, and Shirin. Reporter, I respect. Put a handle on it, Shirin. All your thieves strike in broad daylight. We're still in St. Lucia. We ain't going nowhere yet. On the busiest street, on the busiest day, thieves walk right into our store. You think I'm making it up? In St. Lucia, walk right into our store. And check this out.
The brazen bandits struck on the busiest day and on the busiest street in the southern town of Vieux-Fort. The three masked and armed robbers were not the least deterred by the mass of shoppers walking up and down Clark Street on Saturday morning, almost at the height of the business day. The criminals walked onto the premises of this store and went straight to the manager, demanding that he hands over all the money in his possession. They also helped themselves to a few items off the shelf as they made their exit. The southeastern corridor from Dennery to Vieux-Fort is the stomping ground for robbers who've made life for residents and the business community even more taxing. Last week, a Vieux-Fort businessman resident in Micoud was attacked at his home. He resisted handing over the day's earnings and was shot at. He escaped with minor abrasions. Last month, a popular nightclub in Micoud was the target of masked criminals. One of the workers, Martharin Crafty Donnelly, is said to have put up a fight and was fatally shot. The police say they are aware of the upsurge in robberies and general criminal activity in the south and have a strategy to counter it.
The Micoud police as well as the Vieux-Fort police have been very active and progressive in the investigations of the various robberies occurring in the southern part of the island. They do have a very good plan, which I was briefed on.
This message may not have reached the robbers as they continue apace with their criminal activities. Stanley Lucian for the HTS News Force. The brazen bandits struck on the...
Stanley Lucian, thank you very much. By the way, Stanley Lucian, folks, is another... he told me that he came to Grenada in the invasion time. He said there were planes that were coming from the US and they landed in St. Lucia to get reporters and so on. And he was one of the reporters who they got to come to Grenada. So he said that he knows a lot about Grenada. So maybe you know your grandparents and your parents. And he's not that old, but he's just experienced. All right? Yes. Good. We are moving on. Ollie, how are we looking for time? Today seems to be the Heroes' Day. In the US, 2 men were lauded and awarded for their bravery when they saved a child from a train track and, well, trains, right? Then, was it somewhere, was it in another island? There was another such recognition to persons who did some brave work. I think having to do with Karen in either Trinidad or Tobago. In Grenada, our people were being awarded and lauded for their bravery as well. So probably today is Heroes' Day. I don't know. Yeah, all the heroes get recognized. Well, yeah. Speaking of hero, no, I should have another story before that one. But anyway, let me tell you this one. Donald Trump, boy. Oh God. Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced the House is launching a formal impeachment inquiry into President Trump, setting up a dramatic constitutional clash just over a year before the presidential elections. She says that today I'm announcing the House of Representatives is moving forward with an official impeachment inquiry. You understand? The Speaker has long resisted calls from many progressive lawmakers to initiate impeachment proceedings against the president, but the Democrats, they appear to have reached a breaking point. All right, and so now they are gearing up putting steps in place. Well, let me see how that one go work. President Trump said that's another hoax, another witch hunt. So let me see that how that will go. Yeah, a lot of people who are on the program, and they are out there in the diaspora. So what we can tell you now, next story, we're moving, we're just sticking. Her Excellency Yolande Y. Smith calls on Grenadians in the diaspora to attend the upcoming Diaspora for Development Grenadian Diaspora Partners in Nation Building event being held at Washington, D.C., and that's going to be on September 29th.
It's finally here, another in the series of Diaspora for Development engagement in Washington, D.C., Sunday, September 29th at the George Washington University. We hope Grenadians will turn out in large numbers. The program from 2 to 3 would be registration. From 3 to 5, what we hope will be a robust discussion on the draft diaspora policy, which we sent out to you on our mailing list and via Facebook and other social media platforms. And from 5 to 7 will be a reception. Our Minister of Foreign Affairs is going to be here, the Honorable Peter David, our Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs, as well as the project coordinator from the IOM, the International Organization for Migration, who at this point is trying to map the diaspora and to create a skills database so that we can marry the talent we have in the diaspora with the needs in Grenada. It is time to formalize that relationship, and it's a good opportunity for us to do so. Take the Metro on Sunday, come out to George Washington University. I look forward to seeing you all there.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much, folks. An 11-year-old boy, we're moving on, drove 200 miles across South Carolina to meet a stranger he knew only on Snapchat. And that's according to police. I ain't even making it up. They say after 3 hours of driving, the young boy spotted a police officer, pulled up next to his vehicle, and said he was lost. According to the police, the child drove from northwest town of Simpsonville to Charleston. Would you believe that? He told the officer early Monday morning he had taken his brother's car to go to Charleston, where he wanted to live with an unknown male he met on Snapchat. What? 11-year-old boy, you know. What kind of business is that, boy? They say when he lost GPS signal on his father's tablet, he couldn't recover the man's address. The child was able to give the police officers his name, his father's name, and his cell phone. He was reunited with his family later in the day. No. What is world coming to? Mikey, what it is? What is world coming to? I 11-year-old boy, you know. People, monitor. Monitor your children's social activities. Because you might have some people trying to lure them into some kind of business. A 11-year-old boy go down state, man. Driving 200 miles to go and meet man. Anyway, lately that talk. See, I don't want to get into that talk, you know what I mean? Yeah, lately that day. Yeah, son. Yeah. Anyway, let me see what's going on here now. How are we looking for time? She want trouble getting on them people program. Some of them don't even share all the shady program, man. Some of them don't want to share the program what it is. Anyway, we have entertainment, we have weather, we have national report, and we have the hot list. We have the hot list. We have to tell all about the hot list. Before we tell all about the hot list, listen, you don't want the name on that list, you know. I tell it all later. So anyway, fix up all yourself. Don't forget the Ghanaians Bus Owners Association. They've got the barbecue coming up. They say they're going to be having a solid bar. It's a barbecue, luncheon, and social. You're getting fish, chicken, and pork, and your tickets are only $20. It's going to be happening this Saturday, people, at the Monrouge Playing Field. It will be starting at 11 a.m. and go all the way up tonight. They say they might be finishing around 10 p.m. Get your tickets from the association members, and of course, if you don't get it before, you can still show up and you can patronize. Now, folks, we moving on. Right now, Fozal is hot, eh? So, the number is 420-8226. Anyone who has your name on the program, and listen, we just add and take out name on the list, you know. Accordingly, when people hear the name, and anyway, let leave that talk. So here's what's going on. If you hear your name, call 420-8226. If you know any persons whose name I call on the list, call them and tell them, all you call the number by 420-8226. And we're talking about Sherlan Ambrose from Guelph, Garvey McPhee from Guelph, Raymond Lewis from Grand Roy, Gary George from Guelph, Augustus Maitland from Bousséjour, Ingrid Melville from Tempe. Then we have Sheldon James from La Mode. Who else we have? We have Travis Noel from Grand Anse. We have Judy Filbert from La Mode. We have Ruth Paul from River Road. Then Dexter Francis from St. Paul's. We also have Byron Frank from Vendôme. Ashanti John from Grand Anse. Donisha Bud from Hope. Rudolph Charles from Pearls. Then we have Natasha Charles from Telescope. Kimmeron Alexander from Maribor. Then we have Amory Mark from Paraclete. Brendan Douglas from Harford Village. Sujin Blair from Balthazar. Then we have Ricky Lalji from Hope. Errol Ruben from Pearls. And Andrel Noel from Chantimel. I gotta change the order of the names. I'll put it, person who named the on the list the longest, I'll put him on top. I'll crown him like the king or the queen. You know what I mean? But yes, that's a hot list. Anyway, here's what we want to do. After you share the program, because I know you're going to share now, take a drink of water. All right, we're coming back. So here what we're coming up with next now. We've got our entertainment piece. We have a nice piece coming up for you, by the way. And then after that, we've got the national report, and then we've got the weather.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz. Bringing value home.
They're coming from near and far to blaze the gospel in song. Saturday, October 26th, Grenada National Stadium. Get ready to break every chain. Featuring for the first time in Grenada, Grammy Award-winning gospel artist Tasha Cobbs. Live from Jamaica, the sensational Jermaine Edwards. And many more. Tickets on sale now at gotofet.com. Stay tuned to this station for more info.
Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
I'm breaking up with you.
Look way.
It's over.
The first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show featuring live from Nigeria comedy sensation Emanuela Success and the Mark Angel comedy crew.
I've sent the date. See you when I come.
Set the date. Mark the day. Saturday, December 14th. Grenada National Stadium. Get your early bird ticket. Kids on the 16th, $30. Adults, $50. Kids on the 16th. VIP tickets, $80. Adults, $150. Get your tickets online at GoToFet, TicketPal, and your regular ticket outlets. Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
It's my money.
It's my money.
It's my money, and I need it now.
Grenada, come get your money. Oh, and did I mention 2 cars? Get ready for the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo, where where you can win 2 sleek Suzuki Swift sports cars plus $40,000 in cash. Wow. It's an event you don't want to miss. Sunday, October 6th at the National Stadium from 5 p.m. Get your tickets for only $60 for one or $100 for two. Just imagine, on Sunday, October 6th, you can walk to the venue and drive away in a Suzuki Swift sports car plus $40,000 in cash at the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Sponsored by Carol, Glenelg, Mikey Live, GoToVet.com, and Waggy T Rentals and Sound Company.
That's my car.
Alrighty, folks. Well, and now we are going into our entertainment piece for today. It speaks a lot of what we go through on a typical day with regards to relationship and the status of our friendships. Folks, we present a song for you from Blacker Dan, Relation Fabrication.
So you sure don't want to go on with me this morning?
I'm not in the mood today.
Well, right, you're not in the mood. You know we just go and exercise every morning, but for these last few days you're talking about you're not in the mood.
Just not in the mood.
Alright.
Anyway, I have to talk to you about something.
What about now?
Where are you going now with you and Kizzy?
Kizzy?
Kizzy.
Kizzy?
Yes, Kizzy.
Kizzy's my friend.
Anyway, I heard that the other night you and Kizzy was involved in a more than friendly conversation.
More than friendly conversation with my friend? Who tell you that?
What you want to know that for?
Who tell you they see me in a more than friendly conversation with my friend Kizzy? Who tell you that?
Gucci tell me that.
Gucci tell you he see me and Kizzy in a more than friendly conversation?
Yeah.
Here we go now. Call Gucci. Call him. And call him on video. Call him on video. Call him. Yo, you see me and Kizzy talking. You understand what I'm saying? You're going and call my girl and talk all kind of stupidness about it looking more than friend. You understand what I'm saying? You have to offer that.
Blacker, listen.
Listen what?
Listen, me and a girl are real good and comfortable and all these things. So as long as I see you on Paris, I'm going and I bring him beer news for her. Call me creme de la macro, anything you want. Matter of fact, I don't for them long talking and them fuck and spit talk.
I realize I had to speak to myself, you understand? Because all the stupidness, I can't have no friend. You understand what I'm saying? Before all the talk them kind of talk on them day, you understand what I'm saying? I will speak to myself. You understand? I will talk to myself.
Lad, that is not your business. I whine and stiff. Since they know all what they with. Every girl getting grip. Lad, in Grenada. If you talk to one girl twice, Lord have mercy, he the witchy. Vice versa, if she talk to one man twice, you telling everybody she the witchy. It's like you can't have no friends before they call your name on all ends. Well, that I are different. So when I reach in carnival, I whining on every girl, whining on every woman. I whining on every girl. Tell them go and call my name. I whining on every girl, whining on every woman. I whining on every girl. Tell them go and call my name. And then you call you see me do it. That is not your business. If I watch you friend by the hips, that is not your business. Like the bird box on Netflix, that is not your business. Whoa, that is not your business. Whoa, that is not your business. Fire burn out a rumor spreader. Talking things don't even know better. Check them file them life not together. But them out open like umbrella. Like every girl I talk to I with her. Just now I cannot speak to my sister. Last time I give my good friend a hug and they run and go tell she missed her. Lord. It's like you can't have no friends before they call your name on all ends. Well, that I are different. So when I reach in carnival, I whining on every girl, whining on every woman. I whining on every girl. Tell them go and call my name. I whining on every girl, whining on every woman. I whining on every girl. Tell them go and call my name. And then you call you see me do This is a true story. I will never lie on my country. If they see you with anybody, automatically you deal with them. If you buy them lunch, then you deal with them. Give them a ride, then you deal with them. If you take a wine and they count to 10, and they still whining, you deal with them. It's the only place you can have no friend. Before people say you deal with them, like opposite sex can be friends. In Grenada, you deal with them. Relation fabrication.
Babes.
Hey, babe.
You remember the time we kissed Black in tongue on the party? You don't know the girl clung just called me and trying to deny it.
You lie.
But me know nice woman so and you having and you on now then cocky take her and them.
Exactly. Like what the hell? What is he looking for?
Don't worry, let go ahead. If it's just side plane, I'll set up my friend on a nice money man and let you give me real hand.
I find so, babe.
Yeah. Babes, you know when she start on him, we go get real benefit, you check? Because we might go in far.
Yes, babe.
Yeah.
What time are you coming home?
Don't worry, I come no more wrong after 5 so.
Okay, babe, that's fine.
Yeah.
Take your time.
But here now, I feel like eating a chicken soup. Cook some for us now.
Anything for you, babe.
Alright, baby, love you.
Love you, babe.
Nah. Alright. Bye-bye.
Love you too, babe. Bye.
Alright.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You hear man fast now, girl?
Oh God, I know, right? Oh God, babe.
Want some chicken soup too, eh?
You're too bad.
Watch, we have till 5 o'clock. So there you go.
Yeah, Kimmy. You have until 5 o'clock.
And they still whining. You deal with them.
Yeah, Kimmy, let me dog it. Yeah, Kimmy, you get chewed up. You get chewed up piece. Yeah, Kimmy, we have until 5. Anyway, that's a really good one from Black Dan. Relation fabrication, and that's our entertainment piece for tonight. Check us out tomorrow, God's willing, for another entertainment piece right here on Mikey Live, as we seek to highlight and recognize the production, of course, the uniqueness and the good work that our entertainers are doing. Now, folks, the next thing that we have for you right now is your favorite, which is the National Report.
11 men honored for heroic acts that saved the lives of passengers after minibus plunges into the sea. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, September 25th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. 11 Grenadians were honored on Wednesday for their heroic acts that saved the lives of a number of people on board a minibus that plunged into the waters of the Carenage on Friday. A recognition ceremony was held at police headquarters for Jeffrey Irvin, Adriel Pursu, Noel Bethel, Akim Philip, Teron Hazel, Jake Edmund, Frederick Braffett, police constables Joel Hosford, Harris Collier, Matthew Felix and Kevin Wickham, who were presented with certificates of appreciation and a Royal Grenada Police Force plaque. They were also presented with tokens of appreciation by Digicel Grenada and Sol Grenada EC Limited. 3 of the divers and 1 police officer were also further recognized by an anonymous citizen. They were commended by Acting Police Commissioner Edwin Martin for their prompt response.
Rescuing several persons from a trapped bus underwater is no easy feat. Faced with what would have appeared to be a hopeless situation, extreme panic and anxiety would have been the prevailing emotions among the trapped individuals. This no doubt would have exacerbated the rescue effort and attempts. Rescuing individuals under those circumstances is nothing short of a miraculous accomplishment, directly attributed to your quick, decisive, and selfless action. Hence today, we, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, embrace you as our real-life heroes.
He added that the individual and collective actions of the men saved the nation from a tragedy of a much greater magnitude.
It is a reminder, too, for the licensing authority to rethink the systems that are in place and, where appropriate, recommend legislative changes with a view of enhancing public safety on our nation's roads. In any democratic society, the primary role of the police is to protect life and property. More importantly, your selfless acts, as demonstrated on September 20th, illustrates that you are acutely aware of the need to be your brother's keeper.
CEO of Digicel Grenada, Shrivon Redhead, presented the men with a package that included a cellular phone and other items. She used the opportunity to remind them that it's not the gift that is important, but the selfless act performed that resulted in so many lives being saved.
You're your brother's keeper. And it's funny to see the reaction of persons when they're like, oh my God, they were so selfless. There was no hesitation. Like, we counted the seconds down when we looked at the video. It was a matter of 3 seconds, somebody was already in the water. And I would like to think this is what true Grenadian represents. This is what we should be representing across the nation in terms of helping each other. And I was so pleased to see that we were selfless and we were courageous and we were heroic, and we did collaborate, not just civilian to the left and officers to the right, but we worked together.
The men also received a monetary reward from Sol EC Limited. The presentation was made by manager Colin Francis. He said their selfless act will be on the minds of every Grenadian for a very long time.
You did not do it to be honored. You did not do it knowing what's coming next. You did it because it was your first human instinct. And I hope your courageous and brave acts is an example for many other people, not just in Grenada, but throughout the region. I trust and hope that we've taken the example that you've set, and it's sparked some measure of hope that all is not lost. Sometimes when we read the news and we think that all is lost, there's still people right in our own backyards, our own neighbors, who have what it takes to display the kind of humanity that we expect.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell and his CARICOM colleagues met on Wednesday with the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. The India CARICOM leaders meeting, held on the fringes of the United Nations General Assembly, is intended to strengthen relations between CARICOM countries and India. There are several key announcements coming out of the meeting, with India promising substantial support for regional countries. We will bring you those details on Thursday. Grenada and its CARICOM neighbors have long had excellent bilateral relations with India, but the aim now is to improve relations at the multilateral level. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Grenada, it's coming as the Ministry of Youth, Development, Sports, Culture and the Arts brings to you National Youth Week 2019, and it's one full week of activities, vibes and action as the nation turns their attention on the nation's youth. And it's from Saturday, October 19 till Saturday, November 2nd, under the theme Embracing Opportunities, Sowing Higher. October 19th and 20th, National Community Service Weekend, island-wide. October 26th, Health Walk and Ministers Address. October 27th, Ecumenical Service and Peace Concert. October 28th, Youth Vibe. October 29th, St. John's Youth Parliament. October 30th, Job Fair and Career Day. October 31st, Fun Night. November 1st, Discovering Talents and Expo. And on November 2nd, it's National Youth Awards. So urging everyone to be a part of Youth Week 2019, October 19th to November 2nd.
Continuing the news, Health Minister Nicholas Steele says training is on the cards for the young Grenadians who worked with a team from the USNS Comfort to repair the oxygen plant at the General Hospital in St. George's. The plant is functioning once again after the joint teams worked to fix one compressor. While another compressor is still down, the hospital can generate oxygen at the moment. Minister Steele says it costs anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 EC dollars per month to purchase oxygen from Trinidad if the local plant is not being utilized. The training is essential as the ministry seeks to ensure the health and well-being of patients.
Individuals have been identified
to do the medical engineering side of not just the oxygen plant, but we've got numerous bits of equipment, and so throughout the general hospital and healthcare facilities, that we need to identify the individuals. Some of these individuals have been Amanis that have stepped up now and are performing yeoman service there. We're fortunate enough to have been working side by side with engineers, not just the U.S. engineers that visited last week, but the various engineers that come in to the general hospital and our healthcare facilities on the various maintenance visits and so. So yes, that is most important. Most important to have that. Those individuals have been identified, and it's just right now we need to up the game and send some away for training. While we have here who have been trained, we have two that have been trained as well, but it's a constant journey that we have to take.
Agriculture and tourism stakeholders are urged to brainstorm the best way possible to implement projects geared at improving the link between those sectors for the economic benefit of the country. We have details in this report by Karima Lewis, the Public Relations Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture.
An agritourism policy setting workshop held at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort recently set the stage for the implementation of projects geared towards the linkage of the tourism and agriculture sectors. The workshop was fully funded by the Technical Center for Agricultural and Rural Cooperation, CTA, and this organization will further contract a consultant to write proposals for the proper implementation of the project or projects geared toward the linking of those sectors. However, before all of this is done, the policy must first be developed. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Mr. Elvis Moraine, implores on the stakeholders to be gatekeepers of the policy.
We all know is that if we are going to go forward with a proper policy formation and policy direction, then of course, as we say colloquially, be hitting and miss. And of course, we can't afford to waste resources, whether it's time, human, and of course financial in this regard. You have to ensure that this policy doesn't remain another beautiful document sitting on some shelf somewhere. All right? We have to put this to work.
The Inter-American Institute for Cooperation and Agriculture Hemispheric Agritourism Specialist Anna Harvey explains to the participants why it is so important to come up with a focus for project implementation in Grenada.
These proposals are to be submitted for consideration for funding in this big basket. If we don't use the money, we will lose it.
She questioned the focus that Grenada will be taking in the linking of agriculture to tourism.
What is Grenada going to focus on? It could be one big project with 3 modules, it could be 3 projects, but what is Grenada going to focus on in linking agriculture with tourism? Is it farm tourism? Is it culinary? Is it heritage? Is it wellness? Is it the policy itself? And how are you going to do that? Now, Steve is going to be working on preparing that proposal with a key number of stakeholders here in the room so that you write a good proposal for Grenada and it lands on the ground.
For the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Karima Lewis.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, Leslie Ann. And now it is time to take a look at the weather, Jay. Let's just quickly take a look at that weather and see what it's looking like. All right, so here we see that for tonight we expect mostly fair conditions with a low chance of few light brief showers this evening. All right, now temperature tonight's minimum 25.5 degrees Celsius. Winds are easterly to southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calmer times. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters. And that's it for your weather report for tonight. And we say thank you to all the viewers: Shomin, Alistair, Mishi, Shireen, Neki, Merrick, also Zaka, Deslin, Small Monday, Small Man, all right, Khadija, Angel, who else? I see that Suzette is there, Colette is there, and everyone else, Trevelyn and Ruth. And everyone, thank you for watching. God bless you. Those of you who are on WPG10, we want to say thank you to you for watching as well. And God bless you. We're going to be back tomorrow, God's willing, for another program. Mikey Live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja. No. Good night, everyone.